Most people fear market crashes, but that's exactly how millionaires are made. When the headlines scream panic, smart investors quietly buy the future at a discount. I've seen it again and again, from the dot-com bust to 2008 to 2020. Every crash creates new wealth for those who are ready. So if you're serious about financial freedom, pay attention, because this next crash could be your best entry point ever. You know, most people panic when they hear the words market crash. But here's the truth. Crashes aren't disasters. They're golden opportunities in disguise. Think about it. When emotions are high and everyone's selling out of fear, the strongest companies suddenly go on sale. I've seen it happen over and over again. During 2008, during COVID, even last year's tech pullback. The investors who stayed calm, who kept buying quality businesses while everyone else was running away, are now the ones sitting on real wealth. So before you fear the next downturn, ask yourself, are you reacting with panic or with a plan? Because in every market storm, there's a small group of people quietly building their future. Here's something most new investors get wrong. It's not about when you buy, it's about what price you buy at. Timing the market is like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Valuation is what truly matters. History proves it. Since 1928, undervalued markets have consistently produced stronger long-term returns. Why? Because when prices drop below a company's real worth, you're buying future profits at a discount. Imagine walking into a store where every great business is suddenly 30% off. That's what a bear market really is. Smart investors don't try to predict the bottom. They recognize value when they see it. Remember this, wealth isn't built by being perfect with timing, but by being patient with value. If you want to win in the long run, you need a system, not emotions. Because when chaos hits, feelings will trick you into doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. That's why smart investors build rules before the storm comes. One of the simplest systems? Dollar cost averaging. Investing a set amount regularly into low-cost ETFs, no matter what the market's doing. Then, when valuations fall below intrinsic value, that's your signal to add a little more. It's not about reacting to headlines or hype. It's about following your plan with discipline. Over time, those small, consistent moves compound quietly. And that's how real wealth is built, through patience, process, and emotional control. A crash mindset is a millionaire mindset. Sounds strange? But every major fortune in the market has been built during times of fear, not excitement. When everyone else is selling and the headlines scream panic, that's when opportunity quietly shows up. I've seen it time and again. The investors who take a breath, do their research, and stay focused on fundamentals are the ones who come out wealthier on the other side. Think about it. Wealth isn't made when prices are high and the crowd feels safe. It's built when things look uncertain. The next time the market drops and everyone's running for the exits, ask yourself, will you follow the herd, or you study the opportunity they're leaving behind? Investing is not the same as speculating, and that difference can define your entire financial future. Real investors understand what they own and why they own it. They study the business, the cash flow, the long-term potential. Speculators, on the other hand, chase hype and headlines, hoping to get rich quick. But here's the test. If the stock market shut down tomorrow, would you still have something valuable? A true investor would, because they own real cash-flowing businesses that create value every single day. Speculators would have nothing but screenshots and regrets. So before you buy anything, ask yourself, are you owning a piece of a business or just a piece of a dream? Principles are what keep you calm when everyone else is losing their minds. The market will always tempt you with hype and fear, but your discipline is your shield. The smartest investors focus on one simple truth: the gap between price and value. Price is what you pay today. Value is what you actually get over time. When you overpay, even the best company can turn into a bad investment. I've seen people fall in love with the story, only to watch it crash because they ignored valuation. So build your principles now, before emotions take over. When fear rises, your rules remind you what's real. And that's what separates professionals from gamblers in every market cycle. The emotional game is always tougher than the math. And that's why most people lose. Anyone can learn to read charts or analyze numbers. But when your portfolio drops 50%, logic disappears fast. Fear takes over, and that's when bad decisions happen. I've coached investors who knew all the data but couldn't sleep when prices fell. The truth? Building wealth is 80% mindset and only 20% math. You don't need to be a genius. You just need emotional discipline. When you train yourself to stay calm, to zoom out, and to trust your long-term plan, that's when compounding starts working for you. Remember, the market doesn't test your intelligence. It tests your patience. Preparation is the real secret behind every successful investor. You don't wait for a crash to start thinking. You prepare before it happens. Build your watch list now. Study the companies you believe in and set your target prices in advance. That way, when fear hits the market and everyone else is frozen, you already know exactly what to buy. It's like walking into a store with a shopping list during the biggest sale of the year. No confusion, no hesitation, just smart decisions. Crashes reward the prepared, not the emotional. So do your homework today, while things are calm. When chaos comes, you'll be ready to turn fear into opportunity. Calmly, confidently, and profitably. The real freedom in investing comes when your money starts working harder than you do. Focus on building income that compounds automatically. Income that doesn't need your constant attention. Today we have powerful tools that make this possible. Low-cost ETFs, dividend reinvestment plans, and even AI-powered portfolio automation that manages your strategy 24/7. Imagine waking up knowing your wealth is quietly growing in the background while you live your life. That's not luck. That's smart design. When you automate your investing, you remove emotion and build consistency, which is where true compounding begins. So stop chasing quick wins. Build systems that let your money earn, reinvest, and multiply, even while you sleep. If you really want to win in investing, start thinking in decades, not days. The truth is, the US economy has continued to grow through wars, recessions, crashes, and crises for more than a century. Over the next 20 to 40 years, that growth will likely continue. The real question is whether you'll stay in long enough to benefit from it. Financial freedom doesn't come from guessing the next move. It comes from patience, discipline, and consistency. The investors who build real wealth aren't the fastest. They're the most focused. So zoom out, stop checking prices every morning, and start building a future that compounds quietly over time. Remember, time in the market beats timing the market, every single time. Here's the truth. Wealth isn't built during calm times. It's built during chaos. The market will rise, fall, and rise again. But your outcome depends on how you act when everyone else is scared. Build your system. Stick to your principles. Focus on price versus value. Because every crash is a sale on your future. And if you stay consistent, the next bull run could change your life. So if this video gave you clarity or confidence, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because in the coming videos, I'll show you exactly how to turn fear into fortune. Let's build your automated wealth system, one disciplined decision at a time.